Hannah Plebs, we got a deck profile here from an OTS championship in America that Greg Cross sent me on Facebook, so shout outs to him, and of course Ken here for topping with Spellbooks. Yeah, Spellbooks, Spellbook Zoo, that's a thing apparently as well, because Zoo with everything is a thing apparently. So yeah, check out the channel, Cardboard Coliseum here, I'll leave the link in the description, and I'll show you his deck profile. So, got a build here, and it is Spellbooks, it really is Spellbooks. 3 High Priestess, who would have thought we'd see this thing again? Not too bad. It's it pops things, and you know, popping things is pretty good this format, I guess. So yeah, 3 of the rat and 1 justice. I don't think justice is a searchable one, is it? This is the one you want to normal summon, I think. I'm not too sure. I believe magician is the one you want to summon, and then justice as well during the end phase. If you did activate a spellbook, you get to search for the high priestess and the corresponding spellbook that you need at the time, but there is the other one as well, temperance, which is a little bit faster, but I think people used to play that with World of Prophecy more than High Priestess of Prophecy. So yeah, just choosing to play the 1 here, and then 3 magician. Use the rota of the deck, search any spellbook. 2 back C for hand traps. So yeah, only 12 monsters. Really surprised he didn't choose to play Whiptail, or maybe even just play like a heavier Zoo engine. So like he's playing tankies as well, so you can maybe have like a Blade for the option, but at least Whiptail I think would have been good to include in this deck. A Dark Hole, but no Raigeki. Not too sure about that, but I guess it would have some kind of reasoning for it. And then the Spellbook of Power, of course, really good card, really good card, of course. Choosing not to main deck Kaiku, or actually no Kaiku at all in the side deck. So Kaiku could be potentially really good in this deck because you know, if you inflict any battle damage, especially with like power, and then you can defend it from like any sort of traps with wisdom, and you can attack over something, do some damage, and then you can banish their rat from their graveyard. So that may be something that you can maybe potentially try out. And then I think there's a standard spellbook lineup of 2 Master, 2 Eternity. I'm pretty sure that was always played at 2, and then 3 Secrets. That's a 3 because that's like the searcher of everything. 1 My Body, 2 Wisdom for the defense of the traps, and Spellbook of Fate as well. I thought this was actually at 2, but Fate's at 3. So yeah, I don't actually know if you ever played 3. I think 2 was always the good number. But yeah, Spellbook of Fate. The format is kind of a little bit slower, so I mean, spellbooks could sort of maybe do things. And then 3 Tenki to search out the rat. 1 Life is the monster reborn of the deck, and then 2 Tower. Tower obviously is just really sick. That card's always been really amazing. Being able to just recycle, gain advantage, etc, etc. 2 Rippling Mirror Force. Probably one of the best mirror forces this format, but a lot of people don't play it because a lot of your things flow, or you kind of like, you don't really completely dismantle each other's board when you're going like back and forth with each other. You kind of just sort of like maybe like leave like something up, just because you don't have the resources to deal with everything on each other's board, like in a Zoomer for example. Spellbooks don't particularly have that kind of problem, because I mean, yeah, I mean, you could do Zoo combo, but you don't really have much else that you would really have on the field at the time. Maybe like a normal summoned magician who's like really small, and justice is fairly small herself, and you know, you could have a priestess as well. But yeah, rippling feels like it'd be pretty decent in this deck, just after, you know, they get through your little weenies, and yeah, shuffling away everything into the deck is very strong. Putting back all the XE monsters, even shuffling back kaijus and stuff as well can be pretty decent. Torrential is just obviously really good, and 3-dimensional barrier. Sorry, it's really late. Yeah, 3D barrier. This card is what is there to say about this, eh? This card's pretty nuts. Emptiness, again, just a really strong card this format, and 1 warning. So not a particularly heavy trap lineup, but traps nonetheless here. And then we've got in the extra, or the side deck rather, Sorry, yeah, extra deck. So we've got Reaper targets here. We've got a Buster Dragon. I don't think that's probably worth the extra deck space, but you know, I guess this deck probably has a lot of space. However, he's actually not playing 2 of every zoo, which honestly, in a deck like Spellbooks that doesn't really need its extra deck, I feel like I would probably just play 2 of every zoo and then like anything else, like if necessary. And that means you can just have like the Reaper targets for everything else that isn't zoo, and maybe like one like rank 2 and a downward or something. Potentially rank 4 as well. So, but there's nothing particularly strong for rank 4s these days. Dracosac, Gaia. Sometimes you can pierce over Drancia for game with that. Big Eye and Ebon High Magician. So this guy is you can activate a quick play spell trap from your hand during your opponent's turn by detaching. So it means you can hold your fate, keep your wisdom in your hand, or just keep traps in hand as well. If this succeeds, summon cards to trouble battle or graveyard. Special Dark Spellcaster from your hand or deck. So as far as I'm concerned, there is no target for that secondary effect, but being able to fate from your hand is pretty cool. So the downward here for going over your rank 2s, a standard zoo lineup of an Emerald and then one of everything, but no Broadbull actually. Huh, no Broadbull. Interesting. And then we got the something that I accidentally just deleted, so I'm gonna have to reopen this back up really quick because I didn't save it. All right, so no, that's my Infernoid list. Yeah, so one of each, and then we've got the Crumble Logos, which is the sort of like a Feck Veiler kind of guy, and then Sky Cavalry bounces, and Shining Elf. Boy, have I not seen this card in in a long time. When you normal special a monster, except during damage, you can detach one. That monster loses 500. Side deck, playing a very heavy kaiju engine, so 4 kaijus in the slumbers, Denko going second, and 2 Ghost Reaper for your Reaper targets. Yeah, 2 MST for the extra back row hit. Twister could probably be better in this deck, maybe because you do generally a lot of advantage with this deck, and then Magical Spring for any sort of pendulum variant. So yeah, make sure you check out the main deck profile, like I said, and you can look. You can just listen in for a bit of more in-depth explanation and stuff. So yeah, boys, Spellbook Zoo. Apparently that's a thing. Let me know what you guys think down below, and see you next time.